Go.
Hey, Will Irwin, Tombstone Medic out here at Alvis McCarty Cemetery, along with Mrs. Tombstone Medic, who's behind the camera. There's her hand. We'll give you a little back history before I show you the veteran's headstone. The Battle of Bataan ended April 9th, 1942, when U.S. General Edward P. King surrendered to the Japanese General Homa. 12,000 American troops, 63,000 Filipino troops, for a total of 75,000 were surrendered that day. The U.S. Navy was in shambles after Pearl Harbor and was unable to get much needed supplies and reinforcements to the Battle of Bataan. The soldiers were on a half rations. They fought back against the Japanese attacks, but by April 1st, 1942, the starving had lost 30% of their body weight. They were so weak they could barely lift their weapons. 10,000 men were confined to open-air hospitals in the hot tropical jungle fighting malaria and dysentery. Less than half were considered combat effective. So we're thinking 2,500 men were combat effective, which meant defined as a man who could walk 100 yards without staggering and still have enough strength to lift and fire his weapon. That's how in dire need these soldiers were. The Japanese launched the final assault on April 3rd. Starving American and Filipino soldiers fought the best they could, but were no match for the fresh Japanese troops. So instead of watching his soldiers get slaughtered, General King surrendered. American Filipino soldiers were put in groups of 100, guarded by 4 Japanese soldiers, and marched 65 miles to Camp O'Donnell, which has become known as the Bataan Death March. Any soldier who fell, tried to escape, or stopped to get a drink were shot or bayoneted and left there on the side of the road. The guards also attacked the Filipino civilians who tried to give water and food to the captured men. They were also killed and left on the side of the road. During the march, the Japanese would single out prisoners and sometimes even groups, tied them to the trees along the side of the road and to the fences, decapitated them, shot them, and bayoneted them.